Hi, thank you for joining me today. Today I will be talking about feeling empowered while navigating social media. So it can be, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world these days, and a lot of it is really challenging. And so I've heard some people asking, I actually wrote about this a while ago, and I'll be sharing a blog post about it as well. But I had somebody in one of the groups I belong to, somebody asked about this, and it brought it back up for me, is that for those of us who are sensitive, for those of us who are empaths or highly sensitive people, it can be really, really challenging to be tuned into social media and the news. And we want to know what's going on. We want to feel like we have an idea of what's going on, and we want to be able to have conversations about it. And at the same time, it's super hard to be in the midst of it and to be trying to feel centered and grounded with it. So if this is happening with you and you're getting on social media and feeling like, whoa, I can't handle all the emotions on here and the posts are too much, then I have some suggestions that could help you. One would be to really set boundaries for yourself with social media. So something that that I do with myself is like, do I even really want to be on social media right now? And I will, if I'm feeling sensitive, or if I check in and I'm tired or drained, or I've had a day with a lot of clients, or whatever it might be. If I've just been out in public for a long period of time, I might recognize, or I will recognize when I check in, that it's not the best time for me to be on social media. And so what I'll do is I'll just set a boundary with myself. Now, if I feel like I really want to check in, I want to be regular with checking in, but it's been really intense, then what I'll do is I will set times for myself that I check in. Like I might check in the morning, and then I might not check social media for several hours, or even until the evening when I'm done with work. And then I'll sit down and I'll do 15, 30 minutes, whatever feels right for me in that moment. And I'll just set the parameters for myself. And I've found that when I do this, that's the first step for me feeling really empowered with, okay, I'm getting the information, but I also know how I feel about it right now. And I know if I'm in the right frame of mind to be doing this. That in and of itself is empowering. But then even beyond that, what I'll do is I'll really cultivate my social media experience. So if I'm in some groups where there's a lot of negative energy, I might take myself out of the group. If I have Facebook friends who are really angry and making a lot of very angry posts, what I'll do is I'll either unfollow them, or if it's somebody that I don't really know, I'll just release that person from my page. And that feels really good too. And so just recognizing that you get to cultivate your social media experience, you get to cultivate your news experience. In our household, we really try to regulate. Scott likes to watch the news a lot more than I do, but we're really good at communicating, like, the news isn't what I need to be watching right now. And sometimes, one thing that we can do is that he'll watch the news, but then I'll ask him sort of second-handedly what's going on. And I found that really works for me, because then he's able to give me an account that has been filtered through him. I don't know how he feels about that. I hope it's okay. But for me, it works really well to get my information in that manner. And the other thing that I'll do is that I will make sure that I'm disconnecting from social media or from the news afterwards, and that for me, it's become pretty automatic that I have an intention that I just release the energy when I'm done with it. But something that you could consciously do would be to go in, if you're reading about news or what's going on in politics or the natural disasters that seem to be happening all over the world, is you can go in, you can read what you want to read, and then you can just lovingly disconnect from that energy afterwards. And if it's, if it's politics, you might just be like, okay, I'm done, I'm disconnecting, I send all that back. If it's a natural disaster, something that I like to do is to send a prayer, a love and compassion, and a prayer for the health and safety of the people there, and then disconnect, right? So I feel like I've done something, and I might take action in other ways as well. Like I might make a donation, which is a way for me to give some very healthy energy towards it without feeling like I need to carry the information or worry about it or really be weighed down with what's happening in other parts of the world. So I take action, and then I also disconnect from the energy. And the other thing is, a lot of us are on social media because we want to be connected to our friends and family. And so this can be a part of the difficulty in navigating, right? Is we want to be able to go on and talk to our friends. We want to see what's going on with them. And at the same time, on certain days, it can be really, really hard to get away from the politics. And it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on here. Like, if you're liberal, you're going to see a lot of things that will upset you. And if you're Republican, you'll see a lot of things that will upset you. So it's just recognizing that that as you go in, what are you really looking for? What is the true purpose of you connecting? And so if you're going in and you're wanting to connect with your friends and then you're just feeling discouraged and frustrated and angry, you can ask yourself, well, what would be a better way for me to do this? If I'm looking for connection, maybe I'll call one of my friends up and have a phone conversation, or see if someone wants to go for a walk with me, or maybe so-and-so wants to have tea with me in a few days, and actually find a way to get your connection in another way. You might go to a networking event if that's something you like, if you feel like you want to be around people. So just finding like what works best for you. For me, it's I can take care of a lot of different things. I can connect, I can ground, I can reset my energy by going for a walk with a girlfriend, and that's one of my favorite things to do when I'm feeling the need, like I need to pull away from this. So I'm doing this on my phone for the first time, and so sorry that I'm showing you my hands, but I don't really know how it works. So I want to ask if anyone has any questions about that. I'm happy to answer or share any more information if I've missed something. So I can just kind of recap, allow yourself to, when you're working with the news or social media, to tune in before you get on. If you don't feel strong, good, empowered, it's not the best time to do it. Give yourself a nice loving, thank you, Dawn. Okay, now I see how it works. And then make sure you're taking care of yourself. In these times when there's so much going on, it's so important for us to up our self-care and to make sure that with all of the stimulation of all of the emotions that are so strong right now, that we are taking time to be good to ourselves. So if there aren't any more questions, I will sign off until next week. And I'm so grateful for all of you for being here. Oh, and if you're in the Atlanta area, I'm teaching a workshop in Decatur this upcoming weekend, September 30th and October 1st. And it's an amazing workshop. It is, I've done it to be focused on empaths and highly sensitive people. We talk about, thank you, Melissa. We talk about how to take care of your energy field, how to be an empowered empath. And from that foundation, we go into intuitive development. So we'll actually be connecting with guides and your higher self, and doing all sorts of fun intuitive activities. So thank you all so much. And I will post a link to the blog post in the comments as well. And I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Bye.